Welcome to The Explainer. Hey, if you love deep dives into incredible stories like this one, do us a solid and hit that like and subscribe button. That way you won't miss what we've got coming up next. All right, today we are popping the hood and getting right down to the engine of a truly high-octane story. We're talking about a desperate, spectacular flight for freedom across a sun-scorched Earth. So let's set the scene. We're in this brutal, post-apocalyptic wasteland. And you gotta understand, this isn't just a backdrop of sand and sun. The desert itself is a character here, you know? It dictates every single move, every conflict, all under the thumb of these absolutely ruthless warlords. And right in the middle of all this chaos, a rebellion is brewing. But here's the thing. It's not some big army starting it. It's just one person, one single, incredibly daring act of defiance from someone deep on the inside.
Okay, so to really get why they're so desperate to escape, we have to look at the world they're trying to leave behind. I mean, we're talking about a society built from the ground up on pure, absolute control and tyranny.
So, the heart of this whole rotten system is a place called the Citadel. It's this massive fortress, and it's run with an iron fist by this warlord, Immortan Joe. Now, this guy hoards everything that matters. We're talking water, fuel, even people. He's got his own personal army, the War Boys, who are so fanatical they basically worship him as a god. And for everyone else, well, you're either suffering under his rule or you're just a resource to be used up.
And this is where we meet one of our main guys, Max Rockatansky. He's this haunted drifter just trying to survive on his own, but he gets captured and he's reduced to basically nothing. They literally call him a blood bag. He's chained up to a sick war boy named Nux, used as a living, breathing IV drip. See, in this world, he's not a person anymore. He's just a piece of medical equipment.
So, while all this is happening to Max, while he's being turned into a living resource, a rebellion is already kicking off inside the Citadel. And get this, it's being led by one of Immortan Joe's most trusted, high-ranking commanders. Right, so this is Imperator Furiosa. She's a total warrior, and she's supposed to be leading a supply run in her monster of a truck, the War Rig. But this is not a normal supply run. She immediately veers off course. This is it, the escape she's been planning for who knows how long. She's smuggling out the 5 women that Immortan Joe keeps locked up as his wives, people he sees as nothing more than property. And they have a destination, a place of hope she remembers from her childhood, the Green Place. You can just imagine the fallout. The second Joe realizes his property has been stolen, his rage is, well, it's absolute. He unleashes his entire army, the whole armada of war boys and their insane customized vehicles. Just like that, the wasteland turns into an all-out war zone. The chase is on. And it's this insane, explosive chase that basically slams our 2 main characters together. Out of all that fire and chaos, a really reluctant and pretty violent partnership is about to be born. And this really gets to the heart of their whole dynamic. You've got Max, right? He's the ultimate survivor. He trusts absolutely no one, and all he wants is to be left alone to deal with his demons. Then you have Furiosa. She's a rebel with a very clear cause, driven by this intense need for redemption. I mean, their goals could not be more different, but the wasteland doesn't care. It forces them into the same desperate fight for their lives. So their journey is just this relentless, non-stop gauntlet. After a completely chaotic escape, Max is basically forced to team up with Furiosa and her crew. And they're not just fighting off Joe's war parties, they're fighting the wasteland itself. At one point, they have to drive straight into this monstrous, supercharged sandstorm just to survive. So after fighting their way across this entire desert, they finally make it. They reach the spot where the Green Place is supposed to be, and then just complete and utter heartbreak. They find the last of Furiosa's people, the Vuvolini, and they deliver the worst possible news. The Green Place, it's gone. It's been poisoned. It's nothing but toxic mud and salt now. The one glimmer of hope that fueled this whole insane escape, it's just gone, shattered in a single moment. Just try to put yourself in their shoes for a second. The place you were running to, your promised land, it was just a memory, a ghost. So now you're stranded, literally in the middle of nowhere, with what's left of an army hunting you down. There's no safe place to run to. So what do you do? What do you do when the one thing you were fighting for turns out to be a lie? His logic is so simple, it's brilliant. Why run out into the empty salt flats to die when you can turn around and take the one place that has everything: water, protection, food, the Citadel. And this is a huge moment for Max. He's shifting from just surviving for himself to actually fighting for a future for all of them. He's telling them, look, our only real chance is to go back and take that fortress from the monster who runs it.
And that decision, man, that decision triggers the story's absolutely mind-blowing climax. It's a full-throttle, non-stop running battle all the way back the way they came. The war rig becomes their fortress, their weapon, their everything, as they fight off Joe's entire army coming at them from all sides. And this isn't just about escaping anymore. Oh no, this is about payback. It becomes deeply, deeply personal when Furiosa finally goes head-to-head with Immortan Joe himself. It's the final showdown, this brutal, acrobatic fight on top of their speeding vehicles. And Furiosa does it. She kills Immortan Joe. And the moment their so-called god is dead, you see the whole system just crumble. The fanaticism of the war boys breaks, their army falls into chaos, the war is over. They're not seen as traitors anymore, they're liberators. Furiosa shows the oppressed people the body of their dead tyrant, and they just erupt. And then she does this incredible thing. She opens the pipes and lets the water, which Joe hoarded for so long, just pour down on the thirsty crowds. It's not just about giving them a drink, it's a symbol. It's the promise of a whole new way of life where resources are shared, not controlled.
But right in this huge moment of victory, as Furiosa and the others are literally being lifted up by the crowd to become the new leaders, Max makes his move. He helped build this new community, but he knows he can't be a part of it. It's just not who he is. True to his nature, the silent wanderer haunted by his past, he gives Furiosa this quiet nod of respect and then just melts back into the crowd. He disappears back into the wasteland.
And that's what we're left with, this final lingering thought. Max brought a home, a new world, to all these people, but he chose to walk away from it. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? For a hero like him, a man so defined by survival and so haunted by the ghosts he carries, can he ever truly find a home? Or is the open road, the wasteland itself, the only home he'll ever know?